Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and it's been a little bit of time since we had like a meta update complained about cards in Hearthstone, and as you can see by this tweet here, there's a little bit of contention along the Twitter community, the Reddit community, about the blind Eye Sharpshooter with who the F greenlit this card. I just need to talk to them. So we'll go over the meta, what's the standouts, maybe what needs to be addressed, what you guys are feeling. You can let me know in the comments below, as well as a little shop update. We got one new rogue portrait we'll fully preview. I believe it's a Valeera portrait for you rogue mains out there. And if you enjoy the content on the channel, if you like, I've earned your subscription, please hit that sub button down below. Give the video a like. We are getting really close to 76,000 subscribers. Thank you all for that. I really appreciate it. So yeah, I've seen a lot of tweets about blind Eye Sharpshooter. We had Asmodai tweet out just I think tonight, best Hearthstone expansion in forever, but that 1/5 DH card has got to go. Don't ruin this one, please. I as you can see what my opinion is on the card, I might have agreed along those lines. Candle up a few days ago. Okay, now this card needs a quick kecking, and we have ourselves an amazing meta. He had tweeted out that the Azurite stick, if you remember that, needed to get hit quickly. It did, and well, this is a card that came up like a day or so later, and it has been quite contentious. I've seen a lot of Reddit posts. My feeling is a card where I'm just gonna show you a tweet and why I think it's so baffling and why the card I do think needs to get changed. Tweeted this like just about a week ago, 6 days ago. Basically the meme of what the hell is this of the Sharpshooter. Basically, it is a combination of Gadgets and Auctioneer, you don't run out of cards, Flame Waker, you deal damage to the face or the minion, and you have this Naga spell cycle. And not only, when I first read the card, I just thought you drew a spell. No, you draw a spell, then a Naga. You draw a spell, a Naga. It literally fuels itself, and it's just like, for 3 mana is a bit insane. Ambo, Standard, Wild, you could literally play this and murder. OTK your opponent, turns 5 and 6. I remember Savid's rage quitting over the card, and like a week later, yeah, if you look at the meta, it is a pretty prevalent strategy. Looking at HS replay across all ranks, you do have Paladin as by far the best class across all ranks. We'll take a look at higher legend, but I do think, oh, Paladin is overtuned, by the way. It probably should get dialed back a tiny bit in some way, but its play pattern is a lot healthier. It just doesn't murder you from in hand with like no way to interact with it. That's what we'll talk about in a second, but Hunter, Demon Hunter, Druid, Shaman, Mage, Warrior, pretty much every class has a competitive deck with like Priest and Rogue being like down near the bottom, but Control Priest, I always see Zeddy a lot, top 2 on a legend with it. Shadow Priest is a good deck. Rogue, you should still play Miracle Concoction Rogue. Ogre Rogue is the main reason these ranks are so low for Rogue, because if you look at people playing decks, it's all built, like you got Mech Rogue, it's really good, like a positive win rate, but people really like playing like Wishing Rogue. It's a fun deck, but it's terrible, right? So the win rate's like being taken down by people just wanting to play fun decks. There's nothing wrong with that, but it does show Rogue to be weaker than it is in the current meta. When you have like Miracle Rogue is a really good deck, positive win rate, Big Rogue, Mech Rogue, there's plenty of stuff to play. It's just people want to play Ogres and Mines and Excavates and Wish It because it's fun. It's just not competitive. So I expect the Rogue numbers to go up naturally as people eventually like, you know what, I want to win more than having a lot of fun. But although, honestly, why bother? Like the decks are really cool. So again, just want to put that out there. Rogue isn't as bad as it looks. Take a look at the meta. Let's look at Diamond through Legend. You see Paladin definitely dominating, right? Like it's really, really solid. And again, the aggro Demon Hunter, which has this whole Sharpshooter thing here, is like mid-tier. But then you go to like, or tier 2, you go to the top legend, that's where it gets a lot more refined, and it's one of the most popular decks. And it's very similar to like what happened with Nogmage, really popular deck. People couldn't stand the higher ranks. Lower ranked players don't face it nearly as much, and when they do, it's not played as well, so they're not as frustrated, and they complain more about a Paladin deck. As you can see, Paladin not dominant these ranks, whereas at Diamond through Legend it is. So I do think both brackets of ranks should be you know, dealt with. I do think probably Paladin, if you're looking at a card like Crusader Aura, something like that, might want to get dialed back. There's some couple of cards for sure, but in terms of like play experience, it's one of the worst play experiences out there, where this deck just does not care about the board for the most part. Mostly all it wants to do, if you take a look at like a 60% win rate version of the deck, mostly it's just 0 mana burn and going face and comboing you, right? Like, it's a really unfun, unhealthy play pattern where you have blind eye sharpshooter in your opener, you win the game 70% of the time. You take a look, let's just take a look at example of Showdown Paladin and take a look at popular decks for that. Look at Diamond through Legend, is there's not a lot of play size at high Legend. You take a look at Mulligan win rate, there's nothing like that. Like Showdown, the worst card of the set, according to Trump. I'm gonna keep bringing that up. Sorry, I love you, Trump. He even liked the tweet where I was bugging him about it. Anyways, Showdown, 64%, but nothing's like completely crazy outlier. Where Sharpshooter literally just carries the deck and murders your opponent. It's such a frustrating experience that, yeah, I don't think a card like that should exist in the current game. I just don't think, even in Wild, we've had cards where they OTK you like on turns 4, 5, and 6. Those have got nerfed, and it's existing in Standard. There are some pocket trainers going to the World Championship saying, obviously not a tier 1 card. That said, any nerf to it should be impeding to their health, that it's hard to kill it. I really get the opportunity to kill it. I kind of blow up, but there are people that have that other side, so let me know if you agree, disagree. Do you think Blind Eye Sharpshooter should get nerfed? We'll probably do a nerf prediction video soon. There's like the holidays this weekend. I think we'll get a balanced patch next week, but I just wanted to give a quick meta update, and I will say, overall, if you take a look at the meta, especially like, I don't know, we'll just go at legend ranks. I think this is one of the best expansions we've had in a very long time. I've been having a lot of fun, maybe just because I could play Reno decks, but you take a look at like the meta decks, right? You got some aggro decks, mid-range decks, yeah, mid-range, you got pretty aggressive, a lot of aggro, as always. It is Hearthstone after all, but you got a combo deck, a Rainbow Mage, but it's a combo deck that doesn't like kill you to like maybe turn 8, 9, 10. You got Reno deck, like there's a lot of cool stuff to play, and that's competitive. You got Reno decks, aggro decks, mid-range, like, and a combo deck. What more do you want? It's just this aggro DH, to me, is that one clear outlier of a really kind of garbage play experience. And you look at like the lower ranks, like, you know, Dragon Druid has been dipping down a little bit as the meta's got more aggressive. Highlander Druid is still there. You have like all these decks that can still compete to an extent, and there's just a lot of different stuff to play, and a lot of it's from old sets, a lot of it's from the newer stuff. I actually just look forward to playing Hearthstone these days. Like, if you haven't been playing the most recent meta, outside of that Demon Hunter deck, like Asmodai tweeted out, this really, to me, has been one of the best expansions in forever. It's just that one card, and before that, with the Azurite Snake, that have just really, really turned me off from the game. And yeah, there's like the Jormunger Hunter too, which can be a bit annoying, but overall, at least in my opinion, I think this has been one of the best expansions in a really long time, and I would love to hear what you guys have to say about it. And lastly, we have the shop update where Brawler Valeera has been added. I believe she costs 1,000 runestones, so like $10 USD, $12.50 Canadian. Comes with 5 rogue packs. She's more of a basic portrait, nothing crazy animated, and she looks and sounds like this.
Valeera versus Valeera.
Watch your back. I never turn down a good brawl. Greetings. Ready to fight? You are a worthy opponent. Thanks. That packed a punch. A swing and a miss. Don't make me dive back in there. Look out from above. Sorry about that. I give up.
So again, if you want that portrait, it's available. Kel'Thuzad looks like it's back in the shop. I believe that's the returning portrait they like to put in there, which is probably available. I already outed on this account. I believe it's 1,000 gold you can get it for. So check that out if you've missed out on it. Another really nice portrait. And yeah, we'll see what we talk about tomorrow. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.